welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment as the Tennessee Titans defeat the Houston Texans 24-17 here. Week 17 of the 2016-17 NFL season. They finished the season, the Titans do, 9-7 as well as the Houston Texans, by the way. But the Texans have the tiebreaker. They had already clinched the division, damn it. And this is the world in which we are living. Anyway, so again, coming into this game, I did not really care if we won the game. I really didn't want us to win the game, but it wasn't something that I vehemently felt, right? Like, oh, we need to lose this game. I think people were misinterpreting me on Twitter. I prefer we lose, right? I'm a very logistic guy, right? I care about logic and numbers and data. I'm a computer science major. And to me, it just felt that in terms of our long-term success, it'd just be more beneficial to lose this one game. I don't really care about a one-game high, about a winning season. Right? We had a winning season in 2011. No one remembers or cares, okay? If I told just a random girl on the street, hey, the Titans went 9-7 in 2011, want to date me? She's going to say no, okay? No one cares, okay? It's nice to make the playoffs. It's nice to make the Super Bowl. It's nice to make the AFC Championship game. Winning season, me, I don't care, right? But if you care, that's fine. We have that under our belts, so that's nice to say. The one thing about our record, though, that I do like, we are now 5-3 at home this season. We have fixed our Tennessee-Nashville problem, right? We still can't beat the Indianapolis Colts here, but now we can beat the Texans here. And I do believe this win is actually a good win, right? A lot of Texans fans and a lot of people that really didn't pay attention are going to say this isn't a very impressive win. The Texans were benching their players, whatever. Wait a minute. Go back to the film and watch this game. Go to the All-22, and I want you to count how many Houston Texans starters or key contributors were on the field. You're going to count a lot. Now, there were some that were missing. Jadeveon Clowney, Lamar Miller, John Simon, and, some other guys as well. But I saw plenty of guys offensively. DeAndre Hopkins, who killed us today on a number of plays. You saw CJ Fedorowicz. You saw their offensive linemen. You saw Brock Osweiler and Tom Savage. You saw Alfred Blue, who is their backup running back, but the guy is a key contributor for this football team. Defensively, you saw Quinn Demps. You saw AJ Bouye. You saw Kareem Jackson. We need Merciless. You saw him. I saw Vince Wilfork today. I saw plenty of Houston Texans starters on the field today. That's not the narrative today. Today, the narrative is, if we would have won last week, if we would have kept Marcus Mariota healthy last week, guess who'd be the AFC South champions? That's the narrative to me, okay? This Texas team had their starters out today. Now, perhaps psychologically, they were not going 100%. Perhaps an argument could be made, but they were stopping us in the first half. And I just saw in the second half Rashard Matthews make some great freaking plays, climbing the ladder of a couple of these Texas defensive backs and winning this game for us ultimately. That's what I saw. I was impressed with us today. I mean, honestly, I was. So I'm encouraged for the future. I liked what I saw today. Let's talk about the individual performances. So let's start with Matt Castle, the quarterback. He was all right, okay? In fact, I give him a C, right? Maybe a C minus. His one good thing was a very good deep ball thrown to Rashard Matthews. Outside of that, I really wasn't impressed. He was okay. He was actually kind of aggravating me and pissing me off. Do you remember at the end of the first half, when we were going down the field in that 2-minute drill, he kept looking over to the sidelines so perturbed, like, come on, guys, give me the play. Come on. Dude, can you calm down? What the hell is wrong with you? It's week 17. No one cares. We have over a minute left on the clock, and we're on the 20-yard line. Can you chill? This guy was pissing me off. I don't know. I don't like Matt Castle. I don't know why. He was also making some weird faces after the interception. Dude, you're a veteran. Calm down, Matt Castle. I give him a C minus. You look at the running backs, okay? We're going to have a very interesting conversation for the next 8 months. You're going to start to see a lot of Derrick Henry fans and fanatics saying this guy needs to be our starting running back. And on that, I can buy into that. Next year, okay. However, I will not be a revisionist, and I'm seeing a lot of people doing this, saying that we should have started Derrick Henry this season, that this guy is better than DeMarco Murray. And I even saw someone tweet, and a lot of people agreeing with this tweet and retweeting this tweet and favoriting this tweet, that if we would have started Derrick Henry, we would be in the playoffs. Okay, first of all, that's just absurd. There is not one individual game you can look at and say, oh, this is a game where we need a better running game. If we had a better running game, we would have won this game. That's a BS argument. Number one, that's number one. Number two, when you look at Derrick Henry, okay, he's averaging slightly better yards per carry than DeMarco Murray, slightly, and he's a better red zone running back than DeMarco Murray. I can agree with that. He also has better long playability, right? There's more of a chance for Derrick Henry, I believe. It's very close, but I would say there's more of a chance for Derrick Henry to have a 70-yard touchdown than there is for DeMarco Murray. It is close, but Derrick Henry is faster than people give him credit for. He's a guy that has a very quick acceleration, and go back and look at his Alabama plays, you're going to see a lot of long runs, boy. Okay, this guy can get some long runs. So I can see where people are coming from. But guys, DeMarco Murray played great for us this year. Greater than I believed he would. I thought it was possible what he ended up doing, having over 1,200 yards, almost 1,300 yards. When was the last time we could say something like this? I mean, this is the second most rushing yards we've had by a man since Chris Johnson in 2009. And then before that, I don't even know, right? This was a fantastic season by DeMarco Murray. We're not going to me, don't blame him and saying, oh, he's not very good, whatever. I think that's just ridiculous. I think this year we did fine. We started DeMarco Murray. He did well. Next season, if you want to have closer to a 50-50 split, or if you even want to lean Derrick Henry, I'm good with that. That's a good problem to have. But don't change history. DeMarco Murray was good, and if we started Derrick Henry, we would not have won one more game. And maybe if he starts, the defensive coordinators see some things, and they slow him down more than we think they would, and we're even worse. Okay, so there's an argument to be made either ways. There's too much uncertainty there to go either way. Just be happy with what happened. Our run game was not the problem this year. Next year, though, yes, do get him more involved. Rishard Matthews, over 100 yards today, almost eclipsing 1,000 receiving yards on the season. And, this was a great season for him, right? I thought before August, right, when I made my Tennessee Titans preview in August, I had him slated for 1,000 yards. But then as Tajay Sharp and that hype train started getting going, I said, okay, maybe Tajay Sharp is going to be our 1,000-yard receiver. Turns out it was Rishard Matthews that got the closest. Now, one thing that I found very interesting, and not many people read this article, and it's on the Tennessee and written by Jason Wolf. Rishard Matthews said that when they were starting or they were playing Andre Johnson over him middle of the season, like getting him some snaps early in middle of the season, he was pissed. I mean, he was like, I did not come here to be in the background, to be sitting on certain plays and whatever. And I like that, but at the same time, I don't like that. Because I like the alpha mentality, right? And I just saying that, hey, Andre Johnson, you're old and you stink. But although you did have a good season this season, you're not our number one wide receiver next year. Hopefully, okay? You're not going to be that. If you want to be number two, great. I love Rishard Matthews as a number two wide receiver. But as a number one, dog, you need to chill. You're a number two wide receiver, a damn good one. But today, great game for him. He really won us the game, I'd say. That deep ball that he got, incredible. I remember some morons before the season and during the beginning of the season were telling me Rishard Matthews isn't a deep threat. Yeah, good luck with that. Did you even watch him in Miami? Just shut up. Of course he's a deep threat, and you're seeing that on display. The guy's fantastic. And we compare him with a Mike Williams or a John Ross or someone in the draft because the free agency wide receivers are bad, right? And Alshon Jeffrey is out there, but I don't want him, right? I think he's just too dangerous for our football team right now. So draft one in, to me, the first round. I want one in the first round. In the third round would be okay, but I don't like the third round wide receivers this year. First round to me, if possible. So I want to spend money on the cornerback position in free agency. One or even two, and I don't think there's a reason why we shouldn't, right? But we'll worry about that when I make my Tennessee Titans season recap. Defensively, pretty good day. I was impressed with Denoris Cersei, which I needed to see because we have a very high potential to me to draft a safety with our first pick in the 2017 NFL draft. And real quick on that, a lot of Titans fans, right? I love y'all, but some of y'all are idiots, okay? If you're saying we need to draft a cornerback with our first pick, like some people call me an idiot saying, how dare you not have us drafting a cornerback with the 5th pick? Okay, dog, do you know anything about this draft? Do you really know any? It seems like a lot of y'all have no idea how to draft, anything about this draft, anything about value, positional value, need, talent, available. Who is the cornerback that is worth the 5th pick? You're going to look to your left, you're going to look to your right, you're going to look behind you, and you're going to say, oh, wait, nobody. No one can even figure out, there is no consensus on who the best corner in this draft even is, right? Some people tell you Marshawn Lattimore. Some people tell you Marlon Humphrey. Some people tell you Quincy Wilson. Some people tell you T. Statement. We don't even know who the best one is yet. Let's calm down with that. If we're going to sit at pick number 5, which we are now confirmed to have, right? The Rams, regardless if they win or lose, with the Jets winning their game and with the Jaguars and Bears losing theirs, we now have the 5th pick. It's via the Los Angeles Rams. So sitting at that pick, I'm telling you what we're going to do right now. We are either going to take Jamal Adams, Jabril Peppers, maybe the best player available on John Robinson's board, or we're going to trade down. That's it. Cornerback, I really doubt it, man. I doubt it so much you can't believe it. There's just not a cornerback worth it this year. Jalen Ramsey, oh yeah, last year he was worth it. And even he was very high for a cornerback, right? Cornerbacks don't go that high unless if you know they're good and everyone can agree they're good. This year, not that year, boy. If you want a cornerback in our mock drafts, you got to look at that 2nd first-round pick. And to me, the move is you go sign some free agent corners. There is no reason why we should not leave free agency with a corner. Anyway, I'm so animated. So, defensively, Denoris Cersei. I need to see this from him because, again, we have a high potential to draft a solid safety to be this year. Denoris Cersei, to me, hasn't been great. He's been fine, but the thing is, guys, we can replace okay players, right? And then we can turn these okay players into bench players, and then all of a sudden we have depth. And then we're the Denver Broncos. That's how they built their defense. That's how we can build ours. So I have no problem looking at strong safety this year. If Eric Berry wants to come back to Tennessee, hey, how you doing? If we want to draft Jamal Adams, hey, how you doing? Denoris Cersei, now you're a backup. Damian Stafford, get out of here. And all of a sudden, we have depth, which is very, very, very nice to have because this year, one thing that concerns me about the Titans this year, yes, we went 9-7. We exceeded expectations. Great. We did not have one injury this year. Outside of Marcus Mariota, obviously. Okay, and that was in week 16. But next year, what's going to happen when Jarrell Casey goes down? When Brian Orakpo goes down? If, God forbid, Marcus Mariota goes down again? If our best wide receiver goes down? If Jason McCourty goes down? What's going to happen? We really haven't been injured at all this year. I think we've been the least injured team in the NFL. I really believe that. You know, I know, again, Marcus Mariota, but it occurred in week 16, dude. We've been the least injured team in the league. We're not going to get that lucky next year, man, and that concerns me. We need to build some depth. We need to build that. So anyway, outside of him, Bryce McCain and Valentino Blake, I don't know whose role it was to cover DeAndre Hopkins, but whoever it was did a pretty bad job. Luckily for us, Tom Savage loves to throw the ball out of bounds, as does Brock Osweiler, right? I mean, I don't know how you overthrow DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, that guy is, 6'3", 200 pounds, probably soaking wet, and they overthrow him by a mile. I don't know what they're doing in Houston. Anyway, so we got bailed out a couple times by that, but We couldn't do anything to slow down this guy. He got a huge 50-yard gain, got like another 20-yard gain. Ended up with over 123 receiving yards, way too much. Just ridiculous there. But Avery Williamson, guess what he got today? A tackle for loss. Wow! Avery Williamson tackling somebody beyond the line of scrimmage. Now that's an inside linebacker. Too bad it took you until week 17. Okay, so outside of that, Jarrell Casey, 2 sacks today, did well. I would like to see him next year, if we're really competing for a Super Bowl, to be a little more consistent. He has honestly, he's a very good player, but he has 5 good games a year. And then outside of that, he's pretty good, but not great. I like him to be great more consistently, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'll just be upset if we're in the AFC Championship game next year, which I think is very possible, and I don't see Jarrell Casey. I'll be very upset. Arakpo did good. Byard continues to prove to be our free safety for the future, although I do not love his positioning on some of these plays, but whatever. LaShawn Sims has been all right, but not good enough for me to say, okay, you've earned a starting role at cornerback next year. No, go look for cornerbacks next year. This year, 2017, how you doing? Yeah, so there you go. Those are my thoughts on this game. And Houston, again, y'all are going to tell me that, oh, we really didn't care about this game. We were benching this guy and that guy, but y'all should be concerned. This was not good. I saw a lot of starters out there. Will Fuller was out there. I didn't name him. Andre Howe. A lot of guys. I did see some guys that are normally not out there, like Corey Moore, Christian Covington, Max Bullough. Okay. But you, like me, you saw some boys out there, and they weren't doing much. Y'all should be concerned if Kansas City or Oakland is coming to town, even with Matt McGloin. Y'all should be concerned. I'm not sure you're going to win a playoff game this year. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Week 17, Titans finished with a 9-7 record on the season and exceeded almost everyone's expectations. I'm sure some of you will comment, hey, I knew they could do it, blah, blah, blah. Congratulations. It's a pretty good fate either way. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out.